Hi everybody, it's Cricket from Woolly Cricket. Good evening. It's late. It's not real late, but it's late. And I just wanted to say welcome to everybody, or welcome back. I know that's a normal, I don't know, what is the word? Format, not floor mat. Floor mat goes in the floor. Format goes, oh, we're going to start out really good. Okay, you're in for a long ride then if I keep talking like this. Okay, so this is episode number 3. Like I said, I'm going to try to do one every Wednesday. And I have 4 finished objects. I have no new whips. I have 1 acquisition. And you'll learn that I struggle with words because my brain doesn't keep up with my mouth a lot of times. So, and my hair's wet. So, yes, I just got out of the shower and thought I would come and say hello to everyone. So, okay, let's get this started. First off, I want to say I'm probably not going to be like everybody else. I just don't really know how to be that polished. I'm just going to be me. If you like me, okay. If you don't, that's okay too. Some people don't. My mother-in-law doesn't, so that's, I don't know if you're in good company or bad company, but there you go. That was out there just random. Okay, breathe. Okay, so let's go with the red bucket. I have a red tub. They used to call them wash tubs. I found this, I don't even remember, probably at a Restore or one of the craft stores. But I fell in love with this crazy red bucket and I've drug it around everywhere with me. Sorry guys, it's hot. All this hair. First time in my life since I was early teens that I've had long hair. Call it my COVID hair because nobody went and got their hair cut, right? So, back to the red bucket. I ramble. Sorry. The red bucket. I throw just bits and pieces, or if I get a skein of yarn and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, then it goes in the red bucket. So, let me pick this up here and show you. This is my red bucket, my tub, and I call it a bucket. It's a little bigger than a bucket. It's like a tub, but not a complete big wash tub, if you know what I'm talking about. Your grandmother might have had a wash tub that she put you in it, or your great-grandmother, depending on how old you are. But I thought it's time I get rid of some of the yarn in the red bucket. So we're going to pick a project to work from the yarn in the red bucket. And I'm going to let you guys pick a project, and I will try to make it from yarn in the red bucket. So there you go. That's a challenge for both of us. Okay, now got that out of the way. So that would be backwards from what everybody else does. Okay, so now I'm going to gotta get my notes right here because I will forget something, of course, and I'll have to look down at my notes because I'm trying to figure out what I'm picking up over here. So this is September the 13th. The last time I video recorded was September the 6th, so it's been 7 days. So I'm being consistent at least. Okay, so this is what I'm calling my tutorial dog sweater. And this is probably the first time you've seen one of my dog sweaters. But this is not a normal one. You usually don't see it with all these crazy colors. But I showed you this last week, and I think I was in the white maybe. But every time I changed colors was a new section of the tutorial for people. That way, if they had questions, they could watch the video, and maybe that would give them the information they needed. Because I get some pretty crazy questions sometimes, and I understand everybody's different. I've ran into some really nice people that knit, and some really not so nice people. And if you knit in a group, or if you design or you talk to designers, or I mean just in general, people in general are can be a little snarky sometimes on the other side of the keyboard because it's easy. It's not face to face. So, and I consider us face to face, so I'm not going to say snarky things. Not to you. I will tell you funny things. I had a lady, I was talking about, I've got a pattern in the works and it's called Weeping Willow. And it has a flower motif, lace motif around the outside, and it has a teardrop on the inside. Now this has been in my head for about 5 years, and I was talking to this lady that was doing some test knitting for me, and I was telling her that you would have to pick up just one of the long sides, and she told me nobody will ever pick up that many stitches. Now I wish I could remember who that lady was, because I would send her a pattern that belongs to the Mr. Stephen West, which is a fantastic designer. He loves his colors. It's not my aesthetic, but I've seen some really pretty things that people have put together using his patterns. And his make-alongs or knit-alongs, shawl-alongs are amazing. They're gigantic, and bright. Some of them are really bright, but I just can't make myself do that. So, but I would love to send her one and go, yeah, you know, when you told me nobody would pick up that many stitches, here's your pattern, and everybody seems to be happy with what he's doing. So maybe I shouldn't have listened to her. Anyway, it's still in the works. I didn't let her deter me from doing it. I just have not put the time in because I'm knitting dog sweaters. Okay, that'll go in the red bucket because we're through talking about that one. Oh, if you need to know, I use a 3, which is a what? US 3 is 3.25, and a US 5, which is a 3.75 on my dog sweaters. And I knit very, very loose. We'll just put this out there again. I knit very, very, very loose. So, okay. This is, and I made this for my husband. This is the Oslo hat by Oslo Mohair Edition by Petite Knit. And I want to say Petite Knits. Why? I don't know. I want to put an S on the end of that because I think Petite knits. Not just Petite Knit, but they knit. My logic, right? So this is Holst Garn Super Soft, which if you've knit with it, you know it's not really super soft. And it has the spinning oils in it, and it's a great price. I love the fabric that it makes. And I did this on a US 1 2.25 and a US 2 2.75. And I'm very proud of myself because I usually don't remember those. But like I said, this is Holst Garn Super Soft in the color Flannel Gray. And then Titicaca, I can't say that without smiling, which is the Silk Mohair in the color Slate. I used 40 grams of the gray flannel or flannel gray and 25 grams of the Titicaca. Now, I'd like to ask your opinion. Maybe it's just a language thing. But what does Titicaca mean in what is it, Dutch? German? No, it's not German. I don't know. But what does it mean? Does it mean silk mohair? Does anybody know? Because who was sitting around the table and thought, yep, we're going to call this yarn Titicaca. I mean, if I started a yarn company, I wouldn't call it, this type of yarn is going to be Hockey Poo Poo. I don't know. The Titicaca brand is beautiful, but what does it mean? And how can I say that without smiling, because it seems very odd to me. Maybe it's just my age, but watch out for that Hockey Poo Poo yarn coming pretty soon. Okay, I had a lady contact me on my Etsy store, and she has a granddaughter named Olive. I don't think anybody would know who Olive is or the grandmother because I'm not going to name them. But the little girl's name is Olive, and she's a beautiful little girl. So grandmother bought a pair of leggings, and she needed a sweater. So this is the sweater. The little marker is so I know when I grab it up and I'm in a hurry that I can put the label in the back and not put the label in the front. So it has short rows. This little sweater has short rows. It is the Turtle Dove from Espostrico. I hope I said that right. I practiced before we started. And I used a US, let's see, 2.75, is that right? Yeah, and a 3.25. And I used the numbers pretty much for the cast on. I used a 64, and I used the smaller needles. And what I did was I just went and increased until I had the depth that I needed for the size I was wanting to make. And then I measured the arm circumference, the arm length, the chest circumference, and the chest length on the, what is it, the City Council guide for the Neck Council. They give you measurements, a lot of measurements, so it's really handy to have. I keep one printed out so that way I can adjust things like this. But yeah, that's the 9 to 12 months Turtle Dove. So yeah, you could do mommy and daughter, or adult, child, toddler, baby sweater, matching sweaters, which would be really cute. So that one is Caron Pound of Love in Deep Violet. I used 104 grams for that one. And this one is the same pattern, same yarn. No, this is Big Twist Grape. And same needles, same measurements. It is a 9 to 12 months. I did this one as a test run to make sure that was going to work. And the only thing I changed from this one to the deep purple is I made the arms a little wider because this is a little bit snug, and even though they stretch, I'd like to have a little more room for the kiddos. So that one is Grape. So there you go. That's all my finished projects. My one acquisition is a new toy for me to learn to use, and it's a little phone recorder stand. I have trouble knitting under cameras anyway. So, can you see yourself putting this on a desk? Because it doesn't extend. No, oh, I broke it already. It pops back on. With this pointed down so you can see my hands, and me, I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to be trying to knit like this. And it's like, oh my goodness, I thought this was going to be a little bit taller than this. I mean, it would be good for a zooming in period, but I'm not sure that I can knit in that confined area. Okay, so enough of that. Now, let's just talk. I'm going to get my hair off the back of my neck because it's hot. And I want to be able to talk to you like we're just sitting across from the table knitting and having a soda, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, something stronger if you drink something stronger. And we won't get into me drinking because I used to try to drink just a little bit, and I am a teetotaler. You can go to Olive Garden and get the samples of wine. That's all I need. I'm giggly. I'm a lightweight. Guys, I'm a lightweight. I can't drink. So I don't really need it to be crazy and say weird things. So, as you've already found out. Okay. Do you have, this is my question for everybody to answer besides the red bucket thing. Do you have, am I making you dizzy? Sorry. It's nerves. I'm still not comfortable yet. Do you have a project in every room? And I'm asking this because I have a friend that has a project in every room. And we'll just leave it at that. It's very weird, but okay. Every room in the house. Okay. All right. Now that we've talked enough knitting, my last video was Fat Lady Wants to Knit Skinny Sweaters. And I don't have a problem with my shape or my size. I would like to be slim again. I used to be really slim before I got pregnant with my son. And he's almost 40 now, so I'll tell you how long it's been since I've been really slim. I did get down to a normal size person, human being. Normal size for what I want to be. But I'm still okay with me. It's fine. I would love to be healthier, and I would love to be slimmer because I could knit sweaters faster. But I'm still okay, and I can look at myself in the mirror and say, I'm a fat lady. You can say, I'm a fat lady. It doesn't hurt my feelings because I'm comfortable with who I am. I mean, it's not probably PC correct to do that anymore, but my skin is a lot thicker than that. I know what I look like. I see what I look like. And I'm okay with it. So if you want to put in the comments, hey, fat lady, good video, then I'm going to laugh and say, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So there you go. But there was another lady who made a comment, and you know who you are, but thank you for commenting, that she was like me. She would like to knit skinnier sweaters. And I thought, maybe at some point we'll have Fat Lady Knit Sweater knit along, or crochet along, or make along. And put your comments down below if you think that would be okay for us to do. It's we'll be our group, and we can do whatever we want to do. We don't have to ask permission from anybody. Okay. And I'd like to leave you with a couple of thoughts. We spoke about my mother-in-law not liking me too much, ever. And again, I'm okay with that. But when I have to deal with her, it stresses me a little bit because she's not exactly the nicest person in the world. I'll put my notes over here. So I have had to, and let me tell you, stress, sweat is a real thing. It is real. And I never would have told you that before. But since I've had to deal with her in her older age, it is real. It is a real thing. So, I'm not sponsored, but I just wanted to tell you that the only thing that I found that combated that is Lumis. And Lumis is they have a soap and a deodorant, and they have a claim to 72 hours that you can go without a shower and not smell. So this is a public service announcement. If you have to work in a stressful environment, or you have people in your life that stresses you, and anybody that's ever dealt with that, the stress sweats they smell different. It's not pleasant. But Lumis works really well on that, and you can put Lumis anywhere. So there you go. That's my public service announcement for products that you can buy that's not sponsored. And one other thing, I used to have a friend years ago. We've lost contact, but she gave me a tip that saved me a little time in cleaning my house, which gives me more knitting time. And that's what we're all about, right? The knitting time. So she told me one day, she said, I keep a magic eraser or my cleaning cloth and the cleaner on the outside of the shower when I take a shower. And I'm like, okay, mine stays under the cabinet, but okay. And she said, when I get done with my shower, I spray my cleaning rag or my magic eraser with the cleaner, and I rub down the shower. And then I rinse it off before I get out of the shower. And I'm thinking, okay, why didn't I think about this? Because you're already in there. It takes 5 whole minutes. The shower's wet. It's easier to clean. And I keep doing this. I'm going to fly one of these days. But, yeah, I thought that was genius. It's like, okay, I can do that. I mean, of course, you're going to still have to come in and do like a once a month deep scrub on that area, and the rest of your bathroom you need to clean periodically, but you don't have to scrub that soap scum off the shower every time because it helps to keep it clean. So that's another tip. I'm going to be full of these crazy useless things, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's just me. I'm not going to follow the format. Aha, I got it right. That everybody else follows. I'm going to ramble. And I'm going to talk to you guys like we've been buddies forever. And I hope we will be buddies forever. But that's all for now. I don't have anything else to tell you. Oh, yes, I do. One more thing. My boxer, Kylo, they called with his x-rays. In his left shoulder is a shadow. It could be just a shadow from the way the x-ray was taken, or it could be a shadow where the bone is thinning in his shoulder. So we're going to have more extensive x-rays, and hopefully it was just a shadow, because I don't want him to have to go through a surgery and have a replacement shoulder put in. But if he needs it, then we will get that for him. We'll figure out a way to do it. But he's my baby. I'm going to take care of him. I just, people been asking how he's doing. So I just wanted to give you the update, and that's where we are. The vet called, and so she's working me up a price, and we will go forward with that. But I hope you guys have a good night. I will see you in a week. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, all the traditional YouTube things. I will do that part traditionally, but I hope you enjoyed it, and it was good talking to you again. Night. Bye, knitting friends. I'll talk to you later.